What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. We always try to make the case that before any sort of ESG money forcing DEI policies came into any studios, before there was ever a Sweet Baby Inc. and the whole grifter community, and before every single gaming studio was compromised by activists, it was already in trouble. Bloated releases, more and more buggy releases, incomplete products, DLC becoming more and more expensive, season pass, etc., etc., etc. And then you add in all the activism and all the other stuff, and you really tank your product. But either way, on top of all of that, video games just keep getting more and more expensive, and then we find out the CEOs get paid better and better. And so the more things change, the more they stay the same. And so Mark Kearns, formerly, of course, of World of Warcraft team lead, and the most hated man on the internet, as far as these legacy gaming journalists and the Mercuntis of the world are concerned. But he reacted to this announcement from Software here. You can see, as part of our efforts to create a rewarding work environment, From Software will be raising base salaries and starting salaries for new graduates. We will continue to work on game development to provide our users with even more excitement and valuable games. And then explaining it a little bit more, because of course you want everyone to be paid, obviously, with the cost, inflation, this and that and other. You want the rising cost of living to be accounted for. So it says here, the basic salary of its current employees by an average, it's going to be raising the basic salary of its current employees by an average of approximately 11.8% effective April 2025. In conjunction with that increase, the starting salary for new graduates will also be raised from 260,000 yen to 300,000. No idea what that would be in American currency. Company added, we want to convey excitement and create value. Right. And that's where we got that last part. So they are increasing, and you go, well, what's wrong with that? Right. Well, let's find out. So here's Grums From Software announces an 11.8 raise for everyone. AAA Western game vendors are trying to tell you that the horrible sales this year are because of gamers expecting too much or a horrible economy. This is a false narrative spun to avoid the real reason. AAA studios have abandoned their customers, yes, preferring to churn out buggy formula games that focus more on virtue signaling than gameplay. I hadn't read this beforehand, but yes, remember what I said about increasingly buggy and unfinished games? And then when you add in the activism, it doesn't make it any better. When you virtue signaling the gameplay. From Software, Game Science, Helldivers, Pal World all have smaller budgets than Ubisoft, EA, and others, and compete in the same economy. They are killing it and giving people raises at Western companies, do massive layoffs and cut costs. Yeah, the lesson is clear for those that will listen. Gamers first, leave the pandering at the door. From Software has decided to rate. Yeah, sorry. And he just quotes the original thing. This just goes into a trend, obviously, from Ubisoft and its CEO, Yves Guillemot, who has multiple times, we've heard how all of their game devs dismiss our rightful criticism as just toxic gamer talk. Inside the studios, they have an atmosphere of toxic positivity. Because Guillemot, he again likes to obfuscate and make it seem like we're the ones with the problem. That, oh no, all of their products are great, even though Star Wars Outlaws released broken, and we specifically cited it in our reasons for delaying Assassin's Creed Shadows. So again, the right hand didn't know what the left hand is doing, and also they do love to blame it on economies when it's the top-down approach, unfortunately, that's going wrong. And you can see here him saying, in light of the recent challenges, we acknowledge the need for greater efficiency while delighting players. As a result, beyond the first important short-term actions undertaken, the executive committee, under the supervision of the board of directors, is launching a review aimed at further improving our execution, notably in this player-centric approach, which you never should have lost, and accelerating our strategic path towards a higher performing model to the benefit of our stakeholders and shareholders. And stakeholders and shareholders are the ones that are about to drag them from their office chairs and through the street. And you can see here also in Square Enix, they also will give mouth service to how they're all about the player, and then it's anything but. Going on to share that, they have their own things that they're engaged in, and that are those so fun diversity requirements. Phil over here trying to say, I think he blames everything on a lack of growth in the industry, not really commenting on why there is that lack of growth. And it's what we said in the beginning. You are giving broken, unfinished products that pander and virtue signal, and not even well. And then when we call you on your pandering, your virtue signaling, and your broken products, you call us toxic and sexist and racist. And it's the same playbook that we see in TV shows and movies and comics. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. If you don't like my Ghost of Yotei, don't buy my game. And here we are. Concord canceled in 2 weeks. I'm starting to get angry as I think about it. It's just a long line. I know it's in the name, but it's where we are now. So I think we all need to go back to that AAA game moratorium, unless it's something like a Black Myth Wukong. Other than that, bye. No, Space Marine 2, fine. Other than that, bye. No money for you. Certainly not for anything like a Starfield or anything like that. Either way, let me know what you think about all of this. Be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well, bye.